So to continue our relating to the text activity, we already did John Locke's idea of life. I want you to do liberty and property on your own. And I'm going to go ahead and move on to people form governments to protect these rights. So the first one that I look at is Amendment number 2, which is the right to bear arms. It says a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And infringed means to be broken, violated, or trespassed. So they can't take that right away from you. Now, the government protects that right. The government is protecting this right to have a gun. The federal government is. So, and that's something that the people want. This is what we go to the government and say, hey, we should be allowed to have guns. So, number 2, I'm going to put number 2 down. Number 3, it says, this is the housing of soldiers. No soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Now, that means that the government can't force you to let the soldiers live in your house. So, of course, we learned that this is what the British government had been doing. And we want the government to protect this right for no soldier to be in our house. We have the right to our privacy. We have the right to our life. And we have the right to be happy in our own place, in our own space. So, number 3. Number 4. Let's look at number 4. The right of people to be secure in a person's house, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. No warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So they can't just come in your house and start taking stuff and looking through your stuff and searching you for no real reason. They have to have a warrant, and they have to have a real good reason. So I think that number 4 is a way that the government protects our rights. Let's look at number 5. It says that no person shall be held to answer for capital or otherwise infamous crime unless a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces, in the militia, when in actual service in time of war or public danger, nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice in jeopardy. Remember, that's being accused of a crime, being taken to court for the same crime twice. Nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself. So you don't have to incriminate yourself. You don't have to tell the court that you did it. Nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. So if you have to go to court, and I think I said this wrong before, but if you have to go to court, or if you're accused of a crime, you have to go to court. They can't just come up to you and say, hey, you did this, and then put you in jail. They can't do that. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. So they can't take your house, your car, your kids without, well, I can't say your kids. Sorry. They can't take your house, your car, anything that you bought without paying you, because that's theft. So number 5. And then number 6, let's look at number 6. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state, district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. So if they accuse you of a crime, you have the right to go to court in a timely manner. And they can't like take you out of the state, or like if you commit a crime in this city, then the court in this city, you're going to go to a court in this city. You're not going to go to a court in Brisbane, England, like they can't charge you of a crime in another place where you didn't commit a crime. So, and you have to be judged by your peers, by the citizens. The citizens are going to make that judgment as to whether or not you're guilty. And yeah, so, and you have the right to a lawyer. You also have the right to a lawyer. And so in our country, they have free lawyers for you. Not always very good, but if you can't afford a lawyer, you have the right. The state will pay for your lawyer. So this is 6. Then let's look at number 8. These are all ways that the government protects our rights. And if the government decides that they're not going to protect our rights, because all of these things are in the Constitution, we can do what we need to do to get a new government. And this is why we vote. So number 8, excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishment inflicted. So they can't put you in jail for an unfair amount of time. They can't treat you terribly to the point where you just they can't torture you and come up with all these crazy punishments just because they think that you did a crime. They can't do that to you. And they can't give you a unreasonable fine. Like if you go and steal a $2 car from the store, they can't slap you with the $500,000 fine for stealing a $2 car. That's ridiculous. A $2 toy. So that's another way that the government protects us, and that is number 8. And 9, the enumeration, or when they actually list things out for you in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed or to deny or disparage others retained by the people. So they can't use the rights that are here to protect you. They can't take those, turn them around, and use them against you and punish you for it. Okay, so that's number 9. And number 10, the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution or prohibited by it to the states are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. So anything says undelegated powers kept by the states and to the people. So anything that they say is anything that is meant to protect you can't be used against you by anybody. All the things that are listed in the Constitution are there to protect you, but anything that they missed that is actually something that could be protected, that could be used to protect you, is also a protection. So this is how the government have, they've just basically covered their bases. Anything that is unfair, that is not listed in the Constitution, is way that you could be protected. And I hope that that is clear. Now, the last one, it says government can't interfere. Oh shoot, this is my bad. Cut, paste. I put it in the wrong spot, sorry. People form governments to protect these rights, and these are all the Bill of Rights that match. A government interfering with these rights might rightfully be overthrown. Anytime the government that does not follow the Constitution in any way, shape, or form, then they gotta go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All of these are meant to protect you. And if they break any of these, you can vote them out. And that's how we do it in America. In another country, they do it differently. Like, they might fight, have a war. We had a whole civil war in this country. They have had many a civil war in other countries. So that is all. On this last activity that says text to world, do you have an article, DOJ wants to suspend constitutional rights? And then there's a video, if you click right here, there's a video of the reading of this article, and the reading is also explained of the article. What you're going to do is you're going to compare what's in this text to what is in the news. So we have the right to life, liberty, and property. Now you should be able to use the information that we learned about the Bill of Rights to be able to decide which rights you have and which rights are being violated. So the stuff that you learn in the article, in the reading of the article, that you feel is right or is that you feel is not right, you're going to type it in this box right here. So you're just going to listen to the reading, which is this one right here, the video, or you're going to read it on your own, which I recommend that you listen to it because it's also explained. And you're just going to type in all of the violations of the Constitution in this square right here. And then that is all.